Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betcross. Another very beautiful day. Once again, we're back with our predictions as usual. All right, you know that we look at football matches that are going on across the globe, and we select a lot of these games and look into them. Using the previous stats they had at the same time, so we always come up with the best possible verdict for each of these matches. All right, that's exactly what we're going to do in a short while. And when we talk about yesterday's games, we saw that we have a very wonderful day once again. Yesterday we won all our matches. Yesterday, all the games we predicted yesterday were quite on point. Here, and I wanted to congratulate those of us who took part in that very game. All right, I also want to urge you to join our VIP membership for this very channel. All right, do endeavor to join VIP special. The link to get access to that will be in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join or subscribe or join membership around this very video. Okay, do endeavor to join so that you also enjoy these picks that we put out there. We believe to put the games that we put out there are much more likely to come out successful. All right, do endeavor to do that. And that being said, we head to the business of today. All right, today we have games, quite exciting games going on. All right, and the first is in Polish Cup, where we have a Steaua, and Skracie. Pardon me about the names. The names are quite difficult for me to pronounce, but we're looking at these matches for recent games for each of those matches, and you can see that in the last six for Steaua, it is three victories that they've been able to achieve, as well as a draw, but they've also lost two games out of the last 6% matches in the they had. And away side Statistical, have only managed two draws, but they've also lost four games out of the last six matches. And when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, you can see that the home side in the last 10 home matches have managed just one win. They've also had four draws, but have lost five matches. And away side playing from away, they've had just two draws, but have lost eight games. They've not been able to win a single game in the last 10 away matches that they had so far. That tells you how bad this side have been in recent time. But the last home game for the home side, we saw them playing on the first of this very month, and they won by 5 goals to 2 on that very occasion. So here it seems that the home side is quite more likely to take the day. Also, the last time both teams met, it was the home side who actually won by 3 goals to 1 against the away side, and that actually happened in May of last year. So here we are going with the home side to also do very well here, and we expect a win for the home side in this very encounter. Home win out shortly. That's what it is. Okay. And we head to the next. It is in Estonia, Metro Liga, where we have Tallinn Kaliv coming up against the Vapo. All right, when we look at the stats for each of these teams, you can see in recent games for Tallinn, it is 3 victories and 3 losses out of the last 6 matches that they had. And we said Vapo's 1 win and 3 draws, losing 2 games. And when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away basis, you can see that the home side Tallinn have 4 wins and 6 losses also, but they are actually scoring lots of goals. In the last 10 home games that they had, produced over 2.58 times out of 10. And there's a lot of goal out there. And also Vapo's on the other hand have managed 4 victories and a draw. They've lost 5 matches in the last 10 away games. Also, they've been quite scoring a lot of goals. Also, the last 10 away games they had produced over 2.56 times out of 10. That tells you also this a side that score and as well as concede. All right, the last time both teams met, it was the Vapo who actually won. That was in June of this very year. Vapo's won from away by 3 goals to 0 on that very occasion. And here we are going with the goals to occur here. We expect to see a minimum of 3 goals in this very one. I've been seeing the last 3 meetings between two sides producing over 2.5. So we expect a minimum of 3 goals in this very encounter. Over 2, that's what verdict. Okay, and next for today is a game in Iceland where we have IA and Valur. All right, in this Iceland first division. All right, when you look at recent games for these two sides, in the for the home side IA in the last 6 matches, we could see they been able to achieve 2 victories out of those 6 games that they had in recent times. They've also lost 4 matches, and the way side Valur have won 4 games and a draw, also losing once in the last 6 matches that they had. And looking at how the two teams perform from home and away basis, you can see that IA, the home side, have won 3 matches and a draw. They've also lost 6 games in the last 10 home matches that they had so far. You could see that they lost 6 games out of this, 10 home matches rather. And Valur, on the other hand, the away side have actually done very well, winning 6 games from away and drawing 1 as well as losing 1 in the last 10 away matches that they have so far. And on head-to-head basis, the last time they met, it was Valur who won. They won against this very IA side by 6 goals to 1. This happened in May of this very year. So even though they're playing from away in this on this very occasion, we definitely expect the away side Valur, who have actually shown more promise and who are actually in fine form, to rise to the occasion and win here. We expect the away side winning outrightly. Away win. That's what for that very one, all right? And that takes us to the next, which is going to be the last for today. We have a game in the Europa Conference League where we have Key Klasvik coming up against NK Gro. No, all right? When you look at Key, the home side, Klasvik, it is 5 victories that they've been able to achieve in the last 6 games, and they also had a draw out of those 6 matches that they had, recent matches, okay? And Grodno, on the other hand, have won 4 games out of the last 6 matches. They've also had 2 draws as well. These are 2 good sides, and they have actually shown good form in recent times. When you look at how the 2 teams have fared from home and away, playing from home, Key, the home side, have actually won 9 matches in the last 10 home games that they had. They've also had a draw, and the away side of Grodno, on the other hand, have actually won 7 games from away and a draw, but have lost 2 games out of the last 10 away matches that they have so far. We saw them in the recent games doing so very well at Grodno. Okay, and there's no record of head-to-head meetings between the 2 sides. They've not really met for the first time. But we look at the recent game for each of these 2 sides. We saw Klasnivik defeating the likes of SJK and Radniki. In recent European games that they had. And also we saw Grodno defeating the likes of Kosis and Oratu. These are 2 good sides, but I am actually leaning towards the home side, who have actually done very well, from home. And we know that both home and away, they've not really lost in the last 20 games that they've had so far. In the last 20 games, they've not really lost. The worst they could have is a draw. They've had only 3 draws, but they've been able to win 17 games out of the last 20 matches. That tells you that this home side is having the advantage, in my own opinion. So I'm going with the home side. Key, the home side, to either win or draw, and we're going to see goals less than 5 goals in this one. So home win or draw and under 4.5. That's what value for that very one. All right, that concludes it for us today on Betcraft. We wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes great. Remember to play responsibly and start football matches. Sometimes may not be exactly what it presents. All right, that being said, also note that the other predictions that we have for you today will be on a VIP special group. Do endeavor to join so that you don't miss out on these games. All right, we believe that these games that we put out there may have the more likelihood of coming out correctly. Do endeavor to join and also support us as we're doing this. All right, that being said, tomorrow is another day. We'll be back with our predictions. Until that time, keep winning.